Hello, marketers. As we have implemented the basic events and sent these events to GA4, right now we are going to implement some more events and some advanced events and send them to analytics and track some very important custom actions that will be performed on our website and send the data to GA4. And we have already discussed in the previous video, we have been sending a button click and some custom parameters with a button click. So what if we would like to categorize these users by assigning them an user property? So in this button click tag, we are going to assign a user property called shopper. As he clicks on the shop now button, here's a shopper and the value could be given as engaged. And this can also be made differently, like when the user submits a lead form, we can mention them as a lead and also give a value to them or the value we get, or we can categorize the users as a lead and that value could be sent along with the event that we send to GA4. So this is the user property called shopper with the value engaged I'm sending along with the button click when the users click on the button called the shop now. So I'm going to preview it and then check whether the user property is registered in our analytics. So once I'm on the site, yeah, and now I'm doing some scroll events and I loaded the page and now I'm just going through the shop now button. And here, if you can see in the tag assistant, see on this we have the button click and the event parameters and the user properties that are sent along with this event to GA4 and it has checked these values in analytics. Okay, so this is the page view that's generated right now. With the products page and the previous ones would be the button click that we made, and this is the button click and it has a parameter called shop now and the user property is shopper, so with the value engaged, and you can also see it here in the top events. So these are the parameters and these are the user properties that have been sent along with this event. So this is how we could send user properties, and we can send nearly 25 user properties along with any event and categorize the users who have performed those events. So these are much like how we customize the custom dimensions with user scope in GA3. Similarly, it could be done in a more easy way with these events. We can send these user properties along with any event and register them over here in the event section as a user property associated with that event. And then now I'm going to track some other event on my website like the form submit. So I have a contact us page. So this is a contact us page. So whenever users come to this page and fill a form, I would like to track this as a lead form generation event or generate lead event. So let me just preview this. I'm just filling this with some random values. And when I submit this form, actually, when we submit any form on our website, so whether we create some custom forms, when we submit a form, a event will be pushed into data layer, and that event can be used as a trigger to fire any tracks when this particular action occurs on our website. So now I'm using a contact 7 form in this website. So what we can do is the contact form 7 would submit an event into the data layer mentioning that the form has been submitted. So this is the event that the form submits into the data layer mentioning the form is being submitted. So this event can be used as a trigger in our tag manager in order to send any kind of other tags or trigger any other tags based upon this condition. So let us create a trigger based on this condition and send a event tag with the event named generate lead. So now I'm going to create a trigger. So I'm creating a new trigger. So this is an event. So we have a event trigger type as custom event. So this is a custom event, and here we need to mention the event that is being pushed into data layer once the form is being submitted. So when the form is submitted, this is the event name that is being captured. And also here we can add some more other uh, conditions like the page path, and as this is the contact us page, so I'm mentioning this as a page path. This is a page path, and let me name it as uh, custom event submit trigger. So this is a trigger that we have created, and this trigger can be used while we send data or events to GA4. And now I'm going to create a tag that will send the event data to GA4. And let us create one right now. So as we have already mentioned, GA4 event, and we need to select the configuration tag and the event name. Let us say generate lead. This is our event name, and it is some parameters like maybe the form name, that is, and also we can send the page path and then use the page path variable. So this is how we have generated, and we can also send and use a property here, property name as um, user type, and I name it as lead. The value would be lead. So I'm naming this tag as GA4 lead event tag. So this is the lead event, and I'm going to trigger it on the form submit trigger, just a custom event trigger. And I'm saying this, and let us preview this and see when this form submit happens and even need to be sent to GA4. And we are previewing it right now. So we are in this page, and I'm just scrolling some down, just seeing the website, and then I have gone to the contact us page, and I would like to contact the website owners or this business, and I'm just filling some random values. So I'm just testing, I'm just filling some random values, and then I submit the form. So if we go to the tag assistant here, we can see this is the custom event that has been created, and when this custom event is being registered in tag assistant, we have sent a GF4 lead event tag, and the parameters and the user properties that are sent along with this event are the form and the form name and the page path and the user type. This is the user property that we have created, and these values could be available in analytics. We have it in the debug view. Let us see the debug view. Here we have all the actions that have been triggered over here. If you can see, this is the generate lead that we have created right now. And the parameters with that are the form, that's the form name, and then we have the page path. This is the page path. And also we have the user property, that is the user type. It's lead. So this is the user type property, that is lead. So all these data is being registered over here. We can also see it in the real-time section as we have seen the previous ones. So this is the way how we send the event parameters or the custom event parameters and also the user properties. But the thing is, these are only available in the real-time reports. So in the real-time reports, we have it over here. We have the generate lead and also the parameters associated with that, like the form and the form data, the form value. So if we go to the engagement events report, the custom parameters or the user properties that we send would not be available. If you can see, just we have the data like the event name and the event count and the users and the other metrics, but we do not have the custom parameters that we have sent. But we can only have the real-time data. This that is the events that happened in the last 30 minutes. But what's the question is, when are these custom parameters that we send along with the event are available to us in the events report in GA4? So as I've already mentioned, so these parameters, that is custom or the text parameters or number parameters, can be used in GA4 reports upon one condition. That is, the text parameters have to be registered as custom dimensions in order to use in GA4 reports, and the number parameters has to be mentioned as custom metrics in order to use them in our GA4 reports, and categorize our entire reports based upon these custom parameters. We can add this parameter to any kind of reports in our GF4 and categorize based upon these parameters and event data. And then once we create a custom dimension for the parameter, the logged parameter or the logged event, then we'll be having a data card over here which mentions the parameters that we send along with, and then we can use this data in all the GA4 reports. So the main thing to remember is after we send any custom parameters with events, so we can send nearly 25 parameters with events. So the thing is, we need to configure the most important parameters as the custom dimensions in order to use them in our GA4 reports. So we are going to see it in the later videos once we create the custom dimensions and custom metrics, and then we get back to this concept. I hope you're clear with the events creation. Thank you.